Yep, that's all the stuff we're going to be doing on this video. We're actually going to start with the starter first. This is my 2013 Dodge Challenger. One day decided to try to start up, started clicking, tried to hit the starter. I guess the starter finally just had enough and now it's stuck. We rolled it into the shop. I'm going to be showing you guys how to jack it up properly, how to change the starter. Hopefully if we can get it running by today, at least I can pull it in and out of the shop without having any issue. We could do the other stuff some other day, but for today, I really want to emphasize on just putting in the starter and having this thing move back and forth. So for the 2013s and however many on there, these lift points, quite simple. So the first one, you're going to go to the pinch weld, which is right under here. Dodge has made a beautiful little insert to show you exactly where. And as for the back, you have another little insert. But as I like to go through, I like to go to the puck underneath, which is located on the back side. That way the lift sits on here. But before we lift it, one thing you always have to know when doing a starter is that any single time you're going to do a starter, anything electrical to go and disconnect to the battery. Luckily for us, I've already been messing around with this, so I already have my negative terminal here disconnected. There we go. Now we'll be safe. Now if we accidentally touch the starter, we don't shorten it out. And we'll open the hood while we're at it. Okay. Cool. There it is. So for anyone who is working on a 2013 Dodge Challenger, they decided to put the starter, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, all the way underneath there. Which is why it's kind of a hard thing to get to from the top. Which is probably what they have you do from the bottom. Now, that's where it's located. So, I'll lift it up, we'll take the bottom off. Alright, now that we've jacked it up and we're underneath the belly of this beast, we're going to be taking off this panel right here. There's about 4 of these 10mm bolts. We'll be taking it off with this, and then we'll be able to see the starter a lot better. Not sponsored by Milwaukee, but man, I wish I was. All right, now that we've taken the cover off, as you can see, starter is right there, inverted on the transmission. So what we're gonna have to do is take off these 2 bolts, one right here, one up top, which are both 15mm. But before we do that, we're gonna go to the front there. And if you can see way up in there, there's an electrical connector, which is just a push pin. And we're gonna undo, and we're gonna remove that nut. So remove the top nut right there, and then this should just come right out. So I'll let you guys see it, because unfortunately I only have 2 hands. So once I get this out, I'll show you guys. But 2 15mm bolts, that electrical connector, that nut, this should come right out. So now that the 2 15mm bolts are gone, the electrical connector is off, which is just a little clip up top. You just pinch it. And the bolt up there, which I discovered is a 13mm, you could probably get it out with the extended 13 or however you want to do it. I gave it a couple of love taps, so you can see that the starter is already just hanging there. But Dodge didn't really give us a lot of room to work with, so we're going to have to remove this steering column right there with the 13mm bolt. And I ended up marking it just in case to line up with that crease when I take it off, so I can put it back on straight. So now that the starter's out, we have our mark right there that we took off from the steering. Now with this, to be 100% honest with you guys, you have to mess around with this. This could go in, out. So as I was pulling out the starter with one hand, you kind of move this around. But once you do that and you get the hang of it and you twist and turn it and all that other jazz, the starter just comes out just like this. There's the old one. So we will now be putting back in the new one in the exact same way by twisting and turning that steering column, adjusting this, fitting it back in, putting the 2 bolts on, the 10mm, and the little electrical connector here. And just like that, same way we took it out, the same way we put it back in. Connector, the new bolt actually, surprisingly, wasn't a 13, it was a 12. And 2 15s there. Just wanted to note, for the 2 little 15 bolts up there, I actually put only a little bit of Loctite on there. Just a tiny bit, just to make sure that it stays there. And, oh, camera's getting a little foggy. Hold on, give me 1 second here. Ah, better. And for this one, I forgot to show you that when you take that steering column off, I don't know if you can see very well, there's like a little gash in here. What happens is when you get that shaft on, the bolt goes through there, and that's what locks it in place. So we're gonna put that on next, and then we'll give it the old start, see if she cranks over. And with that, we have both the starter and the steering column in. I also added a little tiny bit of Loctite onto there, just to make sure it doesn't come undone, but good to go. Turns and turns. All right, everything back in place. Make sure to reconnect the battery. I'm leaving the bottom off just in case we need to do more work to it, but it's been quite a while since this car started. Let's see if she comes to life. All right, fingers crossed. Battery's dead. All right, we're back. We got the jump pack in the back. Let's see if she starts. Fingers crossed again. Woohoo! Little bit of a rough start, but we got it. Holy crap. She is back. All right. Might need a new battery, but she's back. She's on, she runs, and that's pretty much how you do the starter. On to the other stuff.